Hi guys, so this is the first episode of Adulting Talks, another weird new show of mine. I'm just coming up with new stuff, trying to experiment, figure things out. Today we're here at the terrace area of KAPEL, a study cafe. And yes, they are my venue partner for first three or couple of episodes for this Adulting Talks. So for Adulting Talks background, I decided to have a new show, Q&A type show. Ask a question what sort of adulting topics, at least, the very least, my friends and people that are in my network are interested in with regards to adulting. So I have a bunch of questions, one question per episode. Maybe 5-10 minute episode, I'm not sure. And I will also be experimenting on the format, if it's standing, sitting, I don't know, vlog style, or talking while eating, I don't know. Anyway, alright, let's just get into it. So first question is, first topic that we will be talking about is, by the way, I'm outside because there's lots of students studying inside. It's a study cafe and I don't want to be talking out loud. This time I have a mic so that I will not disturb them too much. Let me know if this format works, outdoor format, semi-outdoor. First question comes from Kristianna Rule. Kristianna Rule is a content creator, a blogger, booktuber. She likes books. She reviews books. Her question is, how to be better at networking if you're an introvert? Haha. Thank you so much for that question, Kristianna. I myself am an introvert. At some point, I became an ambivert, meaning I'm introverted, but I have extroverted or developed extroverted tendencies, or you're introverted and then you were just able to develop certain social skills that are mainly extroverted. For me, what I can share is based from my experience from networking. By the way, networking, the context of networking that Kristianna talked about is career networking, not network marketing, not networking like that, or not computer networking, the wires and stuff, and Ethernet and all that stuff. Career networking. For me, I'm the type of person that's a slow starter, meaning gets me a while to really do something. But once I do something, it just snowballs. There's momentum that's created. But usually when I do start, it's really a really small start, small steps at the beginning. So I actually plan it out so that I can also, in a way, do some expectation management towards myself. So if I'm gonna join a networking party, for example, so I have to condition my mind that I will be talking at the very least to more than one person. And of course, for most introverts, small talk is very terrifying, right? Because what the hell am I supposed to talk about? Things like that. Start small. You can actually pick small meetups, for example. So I think before the internet, I think this is very difficult, but today in the information era, I think it's much easier. You can go to Facebook events, or for example meetup.com, and then there you can find skill-based or topic-based or topic-specific type of meetups. So for example, if you are a writer, there's writer meetups, copywriters or story writers or just storytelling meetups, that sort of thing. And you can also find some more professional and technical meetups focused on specific technical topics like IT, programming, or specific programming language, for example. So things like that. And you can also gauge like how large or how small will this event be. If it's a small event, I think that will also give you some form of confidence and also expectation, like, oh, there are probably just 10 people on this event, so you can start from there, and then once you get comfortable with that, you can go for bigger and bigger events, basically. So it's just all about getting used to it. There's no special hack around it. It's just like, you know, when you're tasting food. If it's an exotic food, of course you will be scared about it. Like, what will it taste? Is it gonna make my stomach ache? Things like that. But once you get over your mind or your overthinking, and sometimes it's not that bad actually when you're there already. You know? But of course, if you're gonna be networking, you have to be prepared. Especially if it's career networking and you already have a personal brand, then you better prepare with your business card. Determine whether or not the particular meetup or networking event that you're joining, if it's super formal or if it's casual. It's better to start with the casual one first, because the formal ones can get awkward. Like, oh, they're so stiff with their polo, with their jackets, their things like that, the formal attire. So that can be nerve-wracking. Having a wardrobe requirement can also be a turn off for introverts. So pick and start with the casual gatherings and casual events and small gatherings or events. And what else? If you're how do you network once you're in the event? So how do you start? I think it would be better to go. It would be better if you have friends to go with you. Maybe a more extroverted friend, for example. But of course, that friend of yours has to have like a similar, line of interest for you, kind of like a wingman or a wingwoman, to like help you break the ice. For example, someone who's much more confident, and they're gonna uplift your confidence, as well as to people that you're networking. So because it's very, for introverts, it's very difficult to like break the ice or just to start talking or start a conversation is like, yeah, most of the time it's really awkward. So if you have someone there, like, to do the handshake, introduce themselves, so that if they introduce themselves, you can immediately like follow up and like, hi, my name is this, oh, I'm here, this is me, this is my brand, this is what I do, and then business card. And then just repeat that. If you're the one who is being introduced, like, let's say you stumble upon somebody you know in that event, you can also like tail them, or be clingy towards them, so that, because I think if you find someone you know there, and you can feel comfortable already, and once you're comfortable, you will become less awkward, and once you're less awkward, then things, introducing yourself, exchanging business cards will be, and sometimes even small conversation or small talks will be a bit easier and less awkward. So at least for me, that's what has worked for me so far, like having someone the event, introduce you. And another thing that you may need to have, or particular skill that's useful, is I think listening is very important. Even if you don't talk, you can listen. Another thing that I've experienced as far as networking as an introvert is that if you create a personal brand online, you can actually organically attract like-minded individuals, and they will reach out to you. So I think that in itself is a form of networking in the digital world. So for example, if you have a blog, if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a podcast, then some people who reach out to you, it could be as simple as they ask you a question, and then you manage to give them value by answering their questions, and they're happy with your answer. And it's also an opportunity to engage conversation online. And I think for introverts that's much easier, like chatting, hey, la 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 la, this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. And then somehow along the way they will also if they get interested on, let's say, if you have services to pitch, I have writing services, I have social media services, and if they're interested in that, if they're looking for a person to hire, or freelancer related to writing or social media, then you can actually get a gig or a job just from your online presence. So that's how introverts can network digitally. But physically, I think that's all I can share as far as physical face-to-face networking as an introvert. So I think that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this Adulting Talks, this maiden episode of Adulting Talks. Hope you gain some knowledge, some wisdom. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Peace.